Hi everyone, welcome back to another video on my channel. I am happy to announce that my ebook that I put out as an audiobook a few videos ago has now been released in PDF format. So click on the link down below if you're interested in finding out more information on that, and if you're considering purchasing that. I basically put it up on social media and on the community section on YouTube, because I do post on there sometimes, and I'm really happy that some people have already bought it. Like, it's on there for free and some people have already still bought it, so I just want to thank you guys so much if you have done that. I know some people prefer reading than listening, and some people prefer the other, some people prefer doing the two things at once. However, if you decide to read the book and listen to it at the same time, be warned, like, sometimes when I'm reading it out, there's a few like bits I say a bit wrong or change a little bit. I don't know why I do that. I don't know why that happens, it just did. It was really hard for me to read out that audiobook. Like, it was so hard for me to do. By the end of it, like, I just felt so drained of energy. And I think what it was is the constant reading of things. When I read things myself, I have to sort of, think about them, and I have all these thoughts coming in, like going off on little tangents, and I can stop and think about it for a bit whenever I want to. But when I am reading something out, I'm still trying to go off on tangents or wanting to change what I've written, and it's so hard for me to like stick to what it says, read what it says. I could never be one of those people who just reads out stuff. Like, I just could not do that. That is just, I don't know, it's like it's stressful for me. Anyway, so the ebook is called Finding My Serenity: Reflections on Late Diagnosis and Treatment of ADHD. So if you've seen any of my videos on ADHD, you'll probably have a few pieces of what kind of I went through, what's happened, and my diagnosis story and all that sort of stuff, which again is also in the book as well. But I'm gonna give you the chapters of the book, so you can kind of get an idea of what the sort of things you might find in the book are. Chapter 1, Real Life, aka work 40 hours a week and be bored out of your mind is not my ideal. So pretty self-explanatory, sort of like more of the background of where I started, I guess. Chapter 2, How I Got Here, so kind of like how I figured out that I probably have ADHD. Chapter 3, Diagnosis. Chapter 4, Back to the Meds and why I said yes to trying them. So that was me sort of considering, like, I was a bit anxious about taking them. I've probably explained this before. But it's more detailed, and more thought has gone into it rather than me just speaking things out. Like, when I write stuff, more thought goes into it. So Chapter 6, Have you ever asked yourself that if you could live your life in a way that suits you and your needs, living the way you truly desire to live, would you feel the need to take medication? So this is something that I explored through a few videos, and I took a period of time. I don't know, I just decided that for a period of time I was going to try coming down a dose and seeing what that was going to be like. And I made videos on this. However, many people were quite confused about what my stance still was, and didn't watch all the videos or had questions about it and things like that. So when I decided to leave my channel for quite a while, and I thought I probably wouldn't be coming back at all, when I did that, I also took those videos down to avoid any confusion. If you would like those videos to go back up, I could put them in a separate playlist. I don't know if there's like 2 or 3 or something like that. It's kind of me just sort of, they're really long, probably quite long videos, me like going through the thought process that I had, trying to figure out what the best thing was, but also missing that part of myself that has like, is unmedicated, but in a way kind of feeling compassion for that part as well, after you know, pretty much hating my life on some level, and really, really struggling with ADHD. So yeah, let me know if you want that to go back up. I'm happy to put those back up. Chapter 7, I remembered who I was before I took medication. So that's kind of ties in with the previous chapter. So it's kind of a little bit of philosophical thinking going on there. And yeah, so overall, how I feel about taking medication now is it's kind of explained towards the end of the book. So I don't want to give too much away. Like, if you've listened to the audiobook, you've probably already know what I'm talking about, if you remember at all, or if you managed to listen to it all the way through. But yeah, I still take medication. I still only take 25 milligrams of Strattera or atomoxetine. So the box that I get in, it just says atomoxetine. There's no, it's not called Strattera. It's actually that's who it's by, I think. But Strattera is like the brand name, I think. And one day they just stopped giving me, they just gave me a different box, basically. So yeah, I take 25 milligrams every single day. I still take it at night just because it's easier. If you're taking it at the same time every night, you can take it at the same time every night. There's no like, oh, what if I want to lay in? What if I like get up late or something like that? That's why night is like preferable. And if you get any side effects, you kind of sleep through them. If you know, that was on what happened on my old medication, on the old dose that I was taking. The high dose, I would take them at night and I would have less side effects, but then it wasn't until like 2 p.m. the next day I was kind of feeling like awake and alert. Like, that's why a high dose didn't work for me. I also am a slow metabolizer of this medication. And yes, that's not proven. It's just from what people have told me, from speaking to my psychiatrist and reading about people's experiences, basically. But everybody's different, and it's not just based on your body mass and your weight and things like that. It's based on so many different factors, some of which are genetic. So there's that as well. And yeah, so I'm still getting on really, really well with the medication. What's helped me tremendously recently is eating healthier, not overeating. Something that has also helped is getting a regular sleeping routine where I'm actually getting enough sleep. So I'm just one of these people who needs a lot of sleep. I need like 8.5 hours, 9 hours sleep a night. The past few days it's not really been working because it's really bright out in the morning, so it wakes me up a bit earlier. I really need like blackout curtains, I think. But that definitely helps as well. And the other thing that I know helps a tremendous amount is exercise. And yeah, these are just sort of things that I kind of notice sometimes, that if I let them slip, my energy levels go down, my concentration goes down, and I'm thinking like it's ADHD when it's not. It's just me not taking care of myself. So those things are like incredibly important to anybody, and for some reason I just let them slip now and again, and I just forget about them, and all of a sudden these things apparently have no correlation to how I feel, when they absolutely do. I'm just not conscious of it for some reason. So those things I'm like trying to work on in my life, like my basic health needs, really, really helping as well. And obviously I'm studying, well, not obviously, you might not know that, I'm studying with the Open University at the moment. I am doing a degree in Arts and Humanities. In particular, what I'm actually doing a degree in is, when I specialise, it'll be philosophy and religious studies. So yeah, very like different to what I've ever really studied before, but two topics I've been really interested in. And so I'm studying those. I make videos on my other YouTube channel, which is just called Sarah Wilson. And I just talk about like my course and studying and stuff like that. I haven't spoken about ADHD on that channel, but I have found that still I need to be really interested in something to really pay attention, but not as much as I used to be. So I can still get through stuff that I was not as interested in. I kind of have more of a routine going on about studying, and I, can actually get stuff done better in more time rather than leaving it way too late as I used to do. with that kind of thing, which is why it's never worked out for me before, but so far so good. Yeah, I've rambled on quite a bit now, as per usual, but yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. Let me know again if you're interested in me putting those videos back up, if they are something you want up that you want to see, if you haven't seen them already or you like the videos. And yeah, thanks for watching. I leave my link down below for the ebook, and yeah, thanks so much for those who have already bought it. It's so encouraging to me, and kind of like, I don't know, it's just really nice that people have actually like purchased it. And yeah, I see you again in another video.